3 weeks of not being able to see the grass because it was covered in snow and everything was frozen has left my yard a mess. And it may be warm today, but we're expecting another snowstorm from a dusting to 2 feet tomorrow. So welcome back to Road to Reality. We're doing some storm prep today. Yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of fun. I got new skid shoes for my snowblower because the ones that came on it were done. So scoop the yard. Can't have dog rockets in the shot. Let's just go over here. Just can't be stepping in it. Gotta clean that up and then let's get the snowblower out. And we're testing something out. More on that in a little bit. So I ordered some cheapies off of Amazon. I'll leave a link below if they work. They come with the hardware. Metal plates for some reason, I'm not sure why. And the skid shoes themselves. Let's get these things installed. The question I have for myself is, can I get enough room in here to actually replace these skid shoes without having to bring this thing up front? Because look how clean it's looking. It's looking pretty good, right? I don't know if I'm the only one. Let me know in the comments below what you do, but I like to leave the snow thrower in the shed while the snow is falling so that it's easier to get out and it's cleaner. It doesn't freeze my hands just starting it. And it looks like I can just park it right here on the patio and have access to what I need. Good. See what I'm talking about? Those skid shoes are done. They're pretty worn down, and the next time I have to flip them, they're gonna be too far gone. Something else to note is that while I was using the snow thrower during the last storm, is that one-handed mode didn't work because this cable was a little too stretched and this cable was a little too stretched. I mean, this thing's like 13 or 14 years old now, so needed a little TLC. So if you have one of these Craftsman snowblowers yourself, all you have to do is loosen the bolts on that bracket and that bracket there. You slide the bracket down, tighten the bolt back up, and now there's a lot less slack on this cable. So this one's going through that pulley and the auger one goes through that pulley. And I tested it out. It does work. It did the one-handed thing. The other thing is it was so cold, this bracket wouldn't rotate. And as I move through the gears, you can see that now it's rotating a little bit better. At some point, I gotta take that housing off and figure it out. I think it's just a few bolts and it comes off and I can grease inside of there. Got one shoe off. You can see this thing is pretty well torn up. Definitely in need of replacement. All right, after far too long of futzing with this thing and realizing finally that I'm not gonna get the shoes level, I've brought it up to the patio. But this fire pit is in the way and it's full of water. You ever see that meme where it's like, you don't know garage life until a 20-minute job, takes 2 days and has however many snapped bolts. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Let's get this thing emptied. Now the water's mostly gone, I should be able to lift it. Still weighs a lot. Oh. But it didn't get much water on my side where I'm gonna work on the snowblower and we're good. And I don't know if this is gonna be a problem with like galvanic corrosion or whatever, but this is what my original hardware looks like. It's seen better days. So we're gonna replace this with this stuff. But here's the second shoe that came off the snowblower. Yeah, it's pretty chewed up. I mean, this side's okay, but this side, this is like almost sharp. It's so thin. Time for new shoes. There it is. There's the second one. The biggest problem is trying to hold this metal bracket inside of the shoe while you start these nuts. What a pain in the butt. Like my Marine friends like to say, improvise, adapt, and overcome. Now we're on there. It's fairly level. Time to put it away and move on to our next task. And I got to thinking about it and I was like, why do I really keep it in the shed? One thing is we're supposed to start with rain for this and I don't need extra rust. I mean, I let the rain wash the snowblower off when I'm done using it, between storms, get the salt off, the natural way, but who knows why we do anything. Well, I've already seen a couple of intrepid motorcyclists out on the highway. Good for them. Still some salt on the roads, still some snow on the side of the roads, and I'm not willing to risk it with, any kind of that nonsense. I don't want to get my bike all rusty. Call me what you will in the comments, but I don't have a rusty bike. But I'm out here looking to see if they've brined the roads yet, because we're expecting this storm to start as rain. And I don't think they're going to brine the roads, which means if anything shifts just a little bit, we're going to be posed for travel because the roads are going to get slick and icy. We're expecting high winds on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, so we'll see how it goes. I really just wanted to ride, but I also needed to get the truck out, and we are going to talk about the thing I'm testing in just a minute, but I really want to shout out the GMC Canyon. Any of these vehicles that have the Google OS in them or whatever, dude, let me tell you, it is so slick to be on my computer at home, looking on the big, 27-inch monitor and looking at the map and figuring out where I want to go, and then getting in my truck and it's right there. It's on the screen right in front of me. It just goes, yeah, you searched for that earlier, John. Good job. We'll take you there. And I'm like, that's super slick. And I could have sworn that I was going somewhere new, but according to this, I am going to a place that I have been many, many times before. Okay, on second thought, we are not going someplace that I have been to a bunch before. We're going someplace new. Yep, we got to take this road here. All right. Oh, look at this. West Old Baltimore. Already we have no lane markers, a flood area sign, and it's a lane and a half wide. And it's steep. Not that this camera is going to let you know that, which might give away some of the test. See, we still have snow on the side of the road here. So there I was, minding my own business on Facebook, when a picture of this came up in a local group, and they said it's flooded and icy, and there's lots of car parts strewn about, and it's just, it's not passable. So we are testing that out in the truck today, and obviously that was a good idea because it's still wet and snowy and salty up here a little bit. I'm super keen to try this out, and I just needed to get out of the house. It's been a few days and I'm going stir crazy. And if we do get, in fact, 2 feet of snow, then that's going to be, yes, I'm going to just be stuck. What is this? There's nobody around here. 10 Mile Creek Road. Oh yeah, gravel road. We're going on an adventure that looks to be closed. Okay, so it's a hiking adventure only. No parking anytime. It says no parking right about there, and then there's a car right there. Well, I have reverse. Don't hit the trash cans. I am not hiking. That is not in my repertoire of skills. But hey, this is a good use of a truck or a car. I get it, you could use a car to do this, but it's a lot easier than using a 900-pound Harley. So anyway, let's talk about this test for a hot second. If you hadn't already guessed, we are not on the Canon today. This entire video has been shot, minus some B-roll, on the DJI Pocket 3 with the DJI Mic 2 wireless audio and my newer, I believe that's how it's pronounced, my newer ND filter, which I currently have set to 4. I set it to 4 so that it would pick up a little bit of me better, and then when it's pointed out front, it won't be all blown out. Gotta have that cinematic quality I'm always after. Now, if you're gonna use an ND filter on a Pocket 3, you just go in, you set it to Pro mode, you set it to manual mode, set your max ISO range from like 50 to 800, and you set it to whatever color profile you want. Mine is on, I think, natural, and you set your shutter speed to 1/60 if you're recording 30 frames per second. So whatever your FPS is, you double it, and that's what your shutter speed should be. Oh, this is cool. Look at this. I'm gonna get some pictures of my truck. And now I have to revise my statement because I said earlier that everything was shot on the Pocket 3, but now we're on the Canon R6 Mark II with the big old lens on it. Yeah, and we've got a different DJI mic. I carried 2 of them with me. I have a bag of camera stuff in there. All good, just filming a video. Nice people, they were gonna stop and try to help me out, but I don't need help. I definitely need help, but look, this is where we're at. This is my truck, and then behind me, you can see we've got our road, and I was surprised because when we started on this road, it wasn't gravelish like this. It was paved, and from everything I read, it was supposed to like be a gravel road that you could easily drive a car down, which is kind of my style of off-roading, gravel and packed dirt. But actually, the gravel beneath my truck is Not really well packed, it's pretty soft. But you can see the Canyon is getting some dirt on it. Oh yeah. And of course, the mic for the other camera fell off into the snow and got wet, so I have to dry that off. And I just wanted to take a second to mention that the Road Reality merch shop has a hat just like this with the camera logo on the back of it and the Road Reality logo on the front if you want to rep Road Reality. Yeah, we got t-shirts, sweatshirts, a knit cap, all sorts of cool stuff. So go visit the link in the video description down below. Check out the merch shop. See if there's something that tickles your fancy, as it were. Let us continue. And I apparently pulled out right in front of another truck. My bad, dude. If you're watching this, I didn't mean to do it. I'm gonna pull over and let him by. Yeah, he wants to go faster and I accidentally pulled out in front of him. So my bad, dude. Yep, that's a problem. Holy crow, he's stuck. Man, we can't even get around him. I think he lost a part to his truck. Let's go check it out. But before we do, look at that. I just unclipped it and this thing comes right out of this little holder deal. And now we're handheld as I almost bust my butt. Oh yeah, look at this. It's a mix of ice and gravel and, hey, car parts. Look at that, mud flap. And then we got something over here. Dude, that's a sticky wicket you got yourself in. How in the world did you manage that?
So I was coming out slow because it's a big drop, and it took me and shifted me sideways because of the ice.
Holy crow. And you thought you could get through there in that van?
No, I didn't. I stopped. So I was like, nah, I'm going to stop. And then it started shifting out of...
Oh, geez. I think this might be the water crossing that I heard about on Facebook a few weeks ago. All right, so he's got somebody coming to winch him out. I'm not going to get involved and risk breaking my truck over it. I bet when you clicked on this video, you didn't think we'd be seeing this kind of stuff today, did you? And now I can just slide this back in, push on the button. Now we're locked in place again. Most excellent. I love it when a plan comes together. Unfortunately, I was going to go forward, but I'm not risking tearing up my truck the way that guy just did. So I got to come up with a plan B. All right, we're just going to go back the way we came. I'm going to end up like Austin Powers here, doing a 78-point turn. Now we're good. I don't know if you could hear it, but I could hear my rear tires scrambling for traction. I gotta say, the stock tires on this thing being some level of all-terrain tire has been really cool. They grip everywhere. They do a great job. I'm really impressed with them. For stock tires, they're the best I've ever had for anything off-road. Didn't even get the traction control light to come on. I wonder if you can hear the turbo. I can totally hear the turbo whining, spinning up and then spinning back down. So now that we're out of danger, I bought this newer cage specifically for this purpose and one other, which it didn't work for, unfortunately, and that was to put it on the hot shoe of my Canon so I could get some real good BTS footage. But unfortunately, it didn't fit well in there, and I didn't want to risk damaging the Canon's body because it's expensive, so it's not going to work for that. So here we are, mounted in the truck, and it's right at arm's length. It doesn't block my view of the mirrors or the windshield or anything else, so I can drive unencumbered by anything other than my lips flapping, and it stays right there. It's awesome. It is mounted on a GoPro Jaws clamp, so it's not exactly cheap if you want to mount it in your truck like this or your car. Plus, I have a passenger grab handle. If I had a driver grab handle over here, I would have used that one, but I don't. But actually having it mounted at me, the endpoints are perfect because they lead towards me and out the front just perfectly. And here we are approaching the lake. We've got some of it over here to the right. And man, it's frozen over still. Yeah, the lake's frozen over. You know, we gotta stop and take more pictures. Little Seneca Lake, everybody. And it's mostly frozen over. Kind of nuts. Let's take a closer look. Look at that. Just frozen. And it is frozen all the way over that way. And then as we pan left, it is frozen out at least a couple 100 feet over in that area. Wow. No fishing today, my friend. No fishing today. And that is all the prep I'm gonna do for the impending doom that is whatever we're gonna get tomorrow. It's the silliest thing, but you know, I am often really, really glad that I brought a camera with me because I get to capture things that otherwise I wouldn't be able to. And having all the gear to do the capturing with, the cameras, the mounts, the lenses, all this other stuff, it makes it interesting because I was talking to a friend of mine recently and I said, I think I can go out for a ride like every 3 or 4 days. Oh yeah, dirty road glide. And take a different camera setup with me every time and get the footage. I've got so much variance in my gear that there's not a shot that I want to get that I can't get anymore. So what's next? I think I'm pretty well set. Hopefully this works. Leave me a comment below. Let me know how this test worked. What do you think of the footage and all that? I'm really curious. Overall, I think it's gonna work out pretty well. It might be the new go-to truck vlog, motor vlog setup. So with that, I will thank you very much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, there's a video over there, and don't forget your 2 mantras. 1, you have a 100% track record of making it through a bad day, and 2, do something nice for yourself every day. Maybe it's spending 20 bucks on a mount so you can put a camera somewhere you couldn't before. Bye!